This episode of Tekzilla is brought to you by the 2012 Ford Mustang. PlayStation Vita, Sony's next generation handheld gaming device. And after a somewhat anticlimactic E3 showing, Sony finally allowed, because basically it was like, Max Scoville, Destructoid. I'm not even going to bother. Like, you get to E3, you're like, yeah, PS3 2.0, the Vita, and it's what, like behind a glass, behind guards, behind a fence?
It was cooped up. At GDC, they had the worst. It was in a glass case, and it was off.
Right.
So it was essentially frozen in carbonite there. At E3, they actually let us play it.
Oh, for like a minute, right?
Yeah, it was very, very much. You can play about 30 seconds per game and then move to the next one.
No,
and
go tell everyone that we
down.
are going to destroy Nintendo. It's like, wait, what about the iPhone and Android and the? I mean, okay,
yeah.
let's talk about this. I have not touched my PSP in 5 years, except to move it from one box to another box.
Yeah, that seems to be a common problem.
Okay.
I don't know. It's hard to factor that in. I think the Vita is really cool. I personally, just speaking as a person who wants to play video games, I think it's really neat. And the thing that's being really undersold about it is that it has front and forward facing cameras. It has multi-touch touchscreen front and back, and accelerometer. And it's like there's enough stuff there. All the things that we have things doing right now, this thing does that, and it's just for video games. Like, it's not trying to be, you know, your calendar or your personal assistant. And part of me really likes that because I kind of want a toy.
You missed your Game Boy.
I miss my Game Boy. I always wanted a Game Gear. I never got one. Look at this thing. And
so, let's say, I hear you. It's a dedicated device, it's a gaming device, it's got all the good stuff for sort of next generation platform gaming, including a camera, so you can, like, I don't know, have a window and game while you walk around. I'm teasing you there because I'm cruel. Is it going to live up to the marketing hype? Will there be games for it? Because that's, I think, going to be the make or break for this. I remember a certain 3D gaming platform from a certain company associated with Mario that was like, everybody was like, this is great, until your head starts to hurt, and then you'll stop playing it.
So far, from what I've seen, there's already a really good launch lineup for the Vita, and I think that they've been pacing themselves, and they probably learned a lot from Nintendo's mistakes. The fact that it's when I heard the price point, the wireless only one or the Wi-Fi only one is $250. That was impressive. We've heard since then that the memory cards are really expensive, and of course it's Sony, so they're completely.
We've come up with a proprietary new memory card system that will only work with the Vita.
Yeah, put that in a stack with your memory sticks and your mini discs, and but it's I think it's got a lot of potential. Just the amount of things you can do with it, I think, really opens up a lot for game design. Okay. For instance, the front and back touch feature. That's I don't know any other device that has two touch screens on it. Can
you actually? Is that for like playing with two people, or can you actually? What do you do with it?
There's stuff where you'll have for instance, Little Big Planet. There's parts where you're running a little guy across, and there'll be blocks you have to push forward from the back. So you tap the back of the screen, and this thing comes forward. There's other parts where the accelerometer, you're like, turn it this way, and he'll fall across the screen. And they're doing a lot with AR. That was one thing. The 3DS had some built-in augmented reality stuff you could do with little AR cards, but they didn't really do anything with it from what I've seen. The Vita has a game called Reality Fighters where you screen grab your face and you put it on a body and you adjust the body type and you pick out an outfit, you pick out a fighting style, and suddenly you're in a fighting game.
That's really cool.
And the stage you're fighting on is whatever you choose to take a picture of. So, if you want to take your face and put it on a muscle man and give that muscle man an afro wig and a bottle of champagne to hit people with, and then have them fighting on the toilet seat.
Not that you've done this.
I'm dying to see what the internet does with this. Because they're like, oh yeah, you can take a picture of your face. And I'm like, what if I want to take a picture of something else?
Like something that's big and purple and on the Destructoid set, but we can't name on this show because of our rating.
Yeah, I'm just dying to see what kind of horrible things happen with this. But
so you are genuinely excited about this. You see some, obviously, Little Big Planet. What else is coming out game-wise?
There's a game called Escape Plan, which is like Angry Birds meets Portal meets, I don't know if you played it, Limbo for Xbox Live Arcade.
Heard about it, never seen it.
It's very cool, and all this kind of wrapped up in a very Tim Burton stop-motion animation kind of package. It's all black and white, and you control two guys who are trying to escape, and all the rooms are different little puzzles. And you've it's all touch control. There's no no buttons or joysticks, and
wow. That's
you've got to move stuff out of the way so they don't trip on it, and deactivate traps.
I'm officially not as down on it as I want, but I'm still going to let you buy one first. And
That's
see
fine.
If there's still
I'm going to
games
make that
in 6
mistake.
months.
I'll take one for the team.
Well, you are a professional gamer. You take the risks. Because everybody has to do like some sort of social networking thing, or is it going to be? Are you going to need like a Facebook log on to play any of the games, or is Sony going to do its own proprietary thing that costs you money, kind of like the memory cards?
I think it's all kind of wrapped up with the PSN. It's all connected with that. Of course, you've got to get an AT&T contract if you've got the 3G version. Some of the games have social stuff in them. I haven't really been paying too closely attention to that, but it seems like what they're doing is.
I'm killing you in a video game. Do we really need to be more social than this?
I play video games because I don't want to be with other people. Like I want to isolate myself. That's why I do it. But they seem like they've really. There's one game called Unit 13, which is kind of generic military shooter, but it seems like they're looking at. If
Max Scoville has killed everyone in the room, he's the mayor of this room.
The mayor of Murderville.
Yeah.
But it seems like they're looking at the Call of Duty fan. What would they want in a handheld device? And it's they've got the multiplayer stuff down. They've got the ranks and competition, but it's all shrunken down. So you're doing shorter missions. It's not a 20-minute match against 15 other people.
So I think the bottom line is. This is something you get excited about if you're a PlayStation fan and you want a portable platform, or for anybody, or maybe a disappointed Nintendo fanboy that's staring at his 3DS with disgust.
I wouldn't say this is the cure-all portable gaming solution because it's not really that portable and it's really nice and they have those things now, but I think it's. If handheld gaming is in fact dying and it's going to become a thing of the past and everyone's just going to play on their phones, then this is a pretty nice way of going out with a bang.
Glorious goodbye.
Yeah, and if you're not super excited about it, I'd say, kind of wait and see because it's a surprising little device. It is very light. That's the most surprising thing about it. I think it weighs less than a 3DS.
That's a good thing.
And it's bigger. But
ship date?
That's coming out February 14th, I think. Somewhere around Valentine's Day.
Save your Christmas money, people. Max, awesome stuff as always.
Thank you for having me on the show.
If you've never seen the Destructoid show, you can catch Max in a new episode of Destructoid every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday right here at visitria.com/Destructoid. Ford's back, sponsoring Tekzilla again today. This time, we get to take the Ford Focus that Ignition's been testing out for a spin. Now, we love driving the Mustang around, but the Focus has a lot of good features on its own, including some pretty sick gas mileage, a ton of technology with sync integration. Matter of fact, you can turn the thing into a mobile hotspot. Pretty cool, right? We'll be playing with the Ford Focus all week, so stay tuned to see some more great features in upcoming episodes. And thanks again to Ford and the 2012 Focus for sponsoring Tekzilla today.